And something a guy should know about me.
If he's going to take you out.
I don't know, probably that I have quite a lot of male friends. I feel like a lot of guys don't like that.
Okay. Has that been like quite a common place of contention with guys before? They're just like, you have a lot of male friends around you?
No, it's something that they'll know. And I think maybe in like one relationship, it's been like a little bit of a insecurity. But other than that, they're all really nice guys.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Do you sound, because people have male and female friends, but do you feel like do you have like a certain amount of guy friends that you feel like you have to like disclose that? Does that make sense?
No, not that like I would have to disclose. I mean, like if a guy's going to take me out on a date, like realistically, he's going to find out everything he needs to know on the date.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when you said like something before they take you out, I don't know, I was just thinking something that might not like put them off or something that, do you know, if I don't know the guy.
Sure. Yeah.
It's going to gauge maybe where they're at.
And you said it was kind of an issue with someone you were with before. What was the problem?
The problem was more so just that me, when I'm out networking or working or photographing or performing, I have to be sociable in that aspect. And he wasn't, like he was very like quite a reserved person, didn't want to go out a lot. But I love that about him. And I respected that. But because of that, when I'm out a lot, although the invite is to come, I want you to meet these people, especially for your own peace of mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come in and meet them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of them. It just depends on the guy as well. Like some guys, they don't care. They've also got female friends. That's cool.
Very true. Yeah. How do you feel about a guy you're with if he has a lot of female friends?
I think it depends on the female. Because I know that sounds like hypocritical because I have male friends, but don't get me wrong. I realize there are some males that be your friend waiting for a chance to hit. I can acknowledge that.
Let's be real. That's how it goes.
That is how it is. And for me, like if my real true guy friends are like the guys that interaction didn't start by them trying to move to me and stuff like that. Just genuine like friendships. Like they are my favorite. Yeah.
Ones. So if you're seeing a guy and he has a lot of female friends, you're saying it's down to the woman. Like,
it's literally down to the woman because there are so many like cool females, like, and sometimes that is how you meet some of the coolest females, like in my eyes. But also women are tapped. Like I'm not gonna like.
What do you mean?
Like I always say, there is like most men are dickheads, most women are tapped, and there is just that selective group in both of them. Yeah. That I can fuck with, because honestly, like I don't have loads and loads of female friends. I have a couple real females that can I swear?
Yeah, go for it.
That I fuck with, but so I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course.
I have a couple female friends that like I genuinely fuck with. But that I've been in a female friendship group, it's so toxic. They all hate each other. They're all shagging each other's boyfriends. Like it's just not for me. Like it's really not for me.
So when you say a girl's tapped, do you mean like she's crazy?
Yeah, like women will move like dangerously insane sometimes. Like I've seen it. I've seen friends that do it, you know, like not friends anymore, but like growing up, like girls that will like fake pregnancies and miscarriages, that will lie about certain stuff. Like girls do move tapped, don't get me wrong. Like some women just do. On the other hand, some women are really, really cool and beautiful. Of course. So
it's so interesting because as guys, as boys, we are very much raised with the narrative that girls can't do any wrong. So like it's such a shock to us. Like, and then you get into the real world and you hear these stories or you see something happen with a friend and stuff, and it's like, no, like girls and women, they're people too, right? Like guys, do you know what I mean? But it's like we're raised with this narrative of like, you know, they're just these perfect angels and they'll never do anything. I think that's part of the reason why some guys can fall for it, because we've been raised that they can't do any wrong.
When I was toxic, I'm saying because I've been toxic before as well.
Sure.
Like really like I know how deep, like calculated, like
what's the most calculated thing you have seen from a woman when she's been dealing with a guy? You talking about yourself?
Like,
she's like, well, it was me when I did this.
I mean, I'll tell you one of mine actually, because I don't want to disclose someone else's.
Okay, sure.
Just because, like, I don't feel like it's mine to tell, and they'll probably catch on if they watch it.
Okay.
So what I did when I was quite young is I was seeing this guy and I'm from Telford, he was from Dudley. I met him through my cousin because he lived in Dudley. But I can't stand the Dudley accent. Like I just hated the way that he said my name. Like, but he was a beautiful guy and he's a really, really nice guy, don't get me wrong, really kind. Like I did really like him. I met him on my like 17th birthday, I think it was 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And so we started seeing each other and then I came to stay at his for the weekend. I met his whole family. And you know what? Like, you know, when you get there and you're just not feeling it, like just something in me had shifted. And when I look back, I think I just had like a lot of anxiety and I was a bit like overwhelmed. But I didn't know how to deal with that, especially when I was younger.
Yeah, of course.
So I was thinking, yo, how do I get out of this? Because I want to go home. And I just didn't feel like I could be upfront. Like, I'll be real. I didn't feel like I was in a position to be like, oh, I want to go. I could have, but that's just not how I didn't handle it correctly.
Yeah.
And so I texted my friends and I was like, listen, I'm going to save like your phone number as my mom. I said, I need you to call me at 9 a.m. I said, make up whatever madness you need to, but I need to get out of here and come home. And so I did that. She said, okay. I saved her phone number as mom. I then put my phone underneath his pillow when he fell asleep so that the phone call would wake him up in the morning. And so I could go, who's calling? And he could say, it's your mom. So he'd already know that it's my mom. Like,
okay, I'm seeing the tactical play here.
And so then it happens in the morning, the phone rings and I'm like, who is it?
Making that Oscar-winning performance, Iggs.
And he's like, oh, it's your mom. So I'm answering, I'm like talking really loud. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, are you sure? Like, do I have to come? She's like, listen, you have to come. And then I turned to him and said, listen, I've got to get dressed. I've got to go home. Something's happened. Listen, I got a nan that I really don't like for personal reasons in it. So I was like, my nan's falling down the stairs. I was like, I need to, like, my mom's got to go look after her, blah, blah, blah. And so I said to him like, oh, what number bus do I catch? And he's like, and like I said, he's a really nice, genuine guy, yeah. So he's like, I'm not going to let you catch the bus by yourself. He's like, I will get on the bus with you to the train station. Make sure you get on there safely. And I'm just thinking, oh my fucking God.
When chivalry backfires.
Yeah, and so like we're sat on the bus and he's just like, what is wrong with you? He's like, what's going on? He's like, you know, if you're trying to be cool to be kind, that doesn't work with me. He's like, I really like you. And he's like, why are you being off with me? And I'm just like, oh, it's just my nan. I'm worried about my nan. Like, and then it gets to the train station. He like tries to like kiss me goodbye, just like literally swerved him, got on the train.
Had you already kissed him before at this point?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah.
Okay, you had.
Swerved him, got on the train, and then ghosted him so hard. And he called my cousin, two of my cousins. He was trying to get hold of like anyone that he could find that's my family to make sure I got home okay. And then he sent me like some big thing of just like, can't believe that you've like treated me like this. I brought you into my home. I let you meet my mom. And it weighed heavy on me for a hot second. I can't lie. Like it wasn't something, at the time it was something I dismissed.
Yeah.
Later on it wasn't. But I said sorry to the guy literally last year.
Okay, I hear that. I mean, I think as tactical, I don't feel that the ghosting part was not great. Yeah, we get that could have been handled better. But I think the whole tactical thing of your friend calling you pretend to be your mom.
Yeah, I think that was more showing like the calculation, like how my brain would calculate a situation. I've never done a madness like morally that's horrific. I've always had morals. Yeah.
I mean, I get that. I don't think that's that bad. Sure, you kind of made it up, but I get that. I wanted to jump back to dating a guy who has like male friends and you're like depends on the female, right? What would you be, if you met like his female friend, what would you be looking for to know if this is a girl that you feel you can trust to be his friend?
Of course, that's a good question. So I remember being in my first proper relationship and he had this female friend, and anytime that I was there, like it's like I wasn't there. Like if we're both there, she'd walk up and she'd talk to him and I don't exist. And that automatically, especially when I was younger, would put me into a place of like insecurity. And so now I'm like in my head, I'm hating on you. Like I'm like, what's your issue? So now I'm like spiraling, like what's going on? Is something going on?
Yes.
Me as a female friend with guy friends, when they get a girlfriend and like we're introduced to whatever or they're around, I'll always try and like go out of my way to even address them first over just to like, I'm here for you as well. Do you know what I mean? And try and give them reassurance.
Safe. Yeah, you give them the reassurance.
And I think it's very easy to do that as a woman. And I think like women naturally hold a certain level of emotional intelligence, and I
Yes,
feel like
I
girls
agree.
know what the fuck they're doing is
I
what I'm
agree.
trying to say.
I
So
agree.
if a girl is moving a bit weird, yeah, and she's your man's friend and she's being a bit weird around him, trust that weirdness, because it's probably like, do you know what I'm saying? It's probably a reflection of something that's happened or something that she's feeling. I just work on energies and my gut, because that bitch don't
True,
lie. Do you
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
That
Like
that
if
intuition is
something's
true.
telling me if something's going on,
Or maybe
I've
you're
never
just
been
tapped,
wrong.
Inks. Maybe you're just one of
Maybe
them
I
tapped
am
girls,
just
just
tapped.
fucking psycho.
Maybe.
No, I completely get that, and I completely agree in that sense. You know, especially when a girl does go out of her way to make the other girl feel safe, be like, I'm his friend, but I'm also building a relationship with you. That just decreased the chance of you seeing her as, I don't say a threat, but almost as a risk maybe to the relationship. Though I would ask, if he's already friends with her, and this is what I say to guys as well, if they date a girl who has a lot of male friends, right? If he was already friends with her, if something was going to happen, don't you think it would have happened already? So like, if nothing's happened while he's single, surely now while he's with you, which is obviously someone that he wants, surely it's less likely to happen then, right?
Of course it's less likely to happen. I think that's what I mean by it depends on the woman. I feel like if you're getting in a relationship with a man, you know he has female friends.
Yeah.
That's that. What I mean by like it depends on the woman is how she will act around me. Like I've been in a situation where I've had like a female friend that I could tell really likes my boyfriend, and at any point it was, oh no, I'll go ask him or I'll go talk to him, and I could like, and I was in my head, I was like, I will never leave you in a room with my man alone, because the thing is, you know, imagine there's something like alcohol involved and she, like the girl comes onto him, like, and it happens like.
But it takes two to tango. Would you not?
Of course it does.
Because it's on him as well. If that happens,
yo,
right?
of course it does. Of course it does. Do not get me wrong.
Yes.
But like I said, I feel like a lot of women can be hella sneaky. Yo, guys can be sneaky too. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not just straight bashing women here.
No, of course.
But like I've just experienced a lot of it, and
right.
I'm really wary. And I just work off energies. So if the energy is nice from the get go,
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I've got anything to worry about. But if I feel a little bit of like, oh, I'm thinking like, why are you moving like that? Or why can you not stop touching my man in front of me? Do you know what I mean? It's like certain things like that. I will.
Being very tactile.
Yeah, I will watch.
Yeah.
The first time that I meet like a female friend or something of a guy I'm seeing, I will just observe how she acts knowing that she's meeting me for the first time. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think
I
that's
just
very
observe
smart.
the whole thing.
100%.
And then what I will also observe is how he handles it. Like if he thinks if I see
Very
something that I'm
true.
like, I feel disrespected, I'm going to be clocking how he's reacting to her touch or how he's reacting to the, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just gauge where I think their level of friendship is at.
I get that. I do think it's important. I think 100% that's the best way to go into that situation, because you're going in eyes open, but you're not going in making assumptions, which is great.
Yeah.
I think one thing, if you're meeting her for the first time, i.e. you're seeing their friendship for the first time, I think, especially if because some people are quite tactile, do you know what I mean? And some people aren't. So some people can be quite tactile with their friends. Obviously, there's to certain degrees. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying if she's like straddling him, he's like, oh, she's just my friend. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But some people can be quite tactile in that sense. So I guess there's going to be a level of you seeing how their friendship operates. And there could be something in the friendship where it does kind of make you feel a type of way, but that's not because there's something there. That's just because how they are.
I
You see what I'm
completely
saying?
agree. Yeah, I completely agree.
So I want to ask you, if you are dating a guy and you meet a few of his female friends, and there's this one friend of his who very clearly, by your intuition, by what you see, etc., very clearly is into him, how do you handle that situation?
I just let him know exactly what I think.
Okay.
And like I've had it before. After like I met, I said, this friendship, like, has anything ever happened before? No. Are you aware that she's wants to fuck you? And he said, yeah, she's a bit like over the top, isn't she? And then that was a red flag for me, because if you've got someone around you that wants to fuck you so bad, like for me, if I've got a male friend and I feel like he's wanting to fuck me all the time.
No, but let's be real though. Come on, that happens with girls all the time. Like, you know for a fact some of your male friends want to have sex with you.
Not my closest male friends. No,
Okay.
For real, no. And if I thought that they were trying, that's not a male friendship to me, because I've been in male friendships where you think you have a friendship with them and then they turn around and they're just waiting for a chance to fuck. That's not a friendship to me. Like on a real, that's not what I think friendship is.
I agree. So so our boy, you know, we have different levels of friendships, right? Like we've got our close friends, and we have people who maybe we'd call friends because we're cool,
I know
right?
what you mean.
So you're saying in your close male friends,
close friends,
you're saying none of them, if given the opportunity, none of them would be intimate with you.
I don't think they would. Not my closest male friends, no. I would say there's others that like I'm friends with or we know through the scene that probably would, but like my close unit, I don't think they would.
So I'm guessing in the scenario I was talking about, you're saying if it was one of his close friends who clearly wanted him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're always going to have people that want to sleep with your man and vice versa. Yeah. I mean, if it's someone that's really close to you and is operating in your really close circle and you don't establish a boundary or something like that, that's what would like be a bit more of like a red flag to me.
Yeah. So basically, when you said to him, like, are you clear that this girl basically wants you? And he was like, yeah, I kind of gathered she's a bit over the top. What happened from there?
Not a lot. I just kind of like, I mean, we didn't go on to see each other like further for other reasons, not like because of that. Yeah. But yeah, it was just, I said to him and he was just like, yeah, like I kind of like get that vibe off her. But she was just like hella touchy-feely all the time and stuff like that. And like, yeah, it's just a bit, it's a put off to me. It's just a bit of like if I'm like standing there and like go like your closest friend, like all over, it's just like, it's just a bit of a ick. Like I hate the word ick, but it is a bit of an ick.
I do get that. I get that. When was the last time like a male friend wanted more with you?
Male friend wanted more. Maybe like a year ago.
Okay. How did you handle that?
We had it was when I was single.
We had sex.
No, we didn't. No, we actually didn't.
Joking.
We actually didn't. We had been friends for a bit before, but you know when like you know how you said there might be something in a friendship, but there's nothing there, but you might feel a type of way because it seems like there's like some type of energy. Well, we both recognized that, and like we went out on like we spent time together like on a date or whatever. Yeah, and then we just didn't, and we had a conversation, and we just said like we just respect our friendship like that, and that was it. And
yeah, no, 100%. I hear that.
That's literally it.
Do you feel that, you know, when you said about how some people can move, do you feel that's very prevalent because you're an artist, right? Singer-songwriter, right? So do you feel like it's very prevalent in that industry, in those circles?
Yeah, do you know what? I feel like, I mean, a lot of people might disagree with my opinions because your life might be completely different.
Sure.
But I feel like definitely in like the people that I spend time with, my friends, like what we all do, I think you have to be like really respectful and boundaries and stuff because it's tough. Like I can't lie.
How crazy does it get in those circles in terms of like the artists and songwriters, and because it's such a competitive industry, right? Because everyone's trying to get seen, get their music out, be seen with the right person, connect with the right producer, be connected to the right person who's going to play your track here and there. So, and a lot of and correct me if I'm wrong, just because I've got a few friends who are artists. Like a lot of people will use whatever they have to their advantage if they can. Does that make sense? So it's like, okay, well, if a guy is going to give you an opportunity or give a girl an opportunity because he thinks there's potential for something there to happen, some people might just use that for advantage, right? And
not me.
I'm not saying you do.
No, I'm just saying like I'm hot on that. Like I feel like this is my experience. Yeah, just straight up mine. As like me being like female rapping and stuff and whatever, you get a lot of guys that will pretend to fuck with what you do, pretend to really rate you as an artist just because they want to try and fuck you. And you'll get other people that this is a big one for me. I'll get guys that will constantly like try slide in the DMs, hit up, and then a month ago, and then boom, I want to work together. This. You think I'm replying to you? You think I want to work? I've just seen that you've tried to move to me for like 6 months solidly, and now you think I'm going to work? No. Like if you're coming to me and you actually respect my craft, you're going to come to me on a business thing. Even if like you think that I'm beautiful or you might want to take me out, your morality should overcome that. And if you actually respect me as an artist and want to work with me as an artist, you will come to me on that level. Do you know what I'm saying?
I guess it's what it's showing is if he approached you in like a romantic way first and then the professional. He's prioritizing the
romantic
over the professional.
And that's not
I get that.
what I'm trying to do.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.